This one thing made me a profitable Forex trader within 30 days, and I'm convinced this is the only way to become a profitable Forex trader within 30 days. So I beg you, please do this. And again, I'll never forget the first time I started trading. I was so excited about the idea of potentially clicking a button and being able to make thousands and thousands of dollars. And so I remember I had signed up for this course with this supposed guru that was going to trade with me live in the morning. I loaded up my account with like $10,000. I got on the call early that one morning to trade oil, and I was so excited about this. And literally within the matter of 4 hours, I managed to blow my entire $10,000 account. Now, you may not be as naive as I was. However, this was my reality. And so I went on this long kind of journey of trying to figure out how to become a profitable trader, learning and taking classes and watching YouTube videos and doing all this stuff without really any progress. And it wasn't until I did this one thing that I pretty much overnight became a consistently profitable trader. And what was that one thing? The one thing that I started doing was I actually started trading with Forex robots. And as soon as I started trading algorithmically with Forex robots, within 5 months, I went from really struggling to more than growing my account by 100% in 5 months using a Forex robot. So I truly believe that if you're wanting to become a successful trader, it's hard and you're gonna have to put in the time and you're gonna have to put in the effort. Just like if you want to get good at anything, there's this 10,000 hour rule where you have to invest 10,000 hours to become a real expert. However, if you trade with bots or you trade algorithmically, this can shortcut your path to success and allow you to earn a little bit while you're still learning. And this was for sure the way that it happened for me. The only reason I was able to start making money consistently from Forex is because I started trading robotically and leveraging the power of an algorithm. Now, with that being said, in regards to trading with robots, I want to talk about the only 2 different types of robots that there are, and I want to talk about 7 crucial mistakes that people make when choosing a Forex robot. So if you're looking to become profitable, the way that I was able to do it fast was with robots. But if you're looking to pick a Forex robot, you need to make sure that you don't fall into these 7 categories because it could be brutal for your account. So when you really take a look at robotic trading, there's really only 2 main types of Forex robots that are out on the market, and pretty much everything else will fall into these categories. One, there's a trend following bot. And essentially with a trend following bot, you guessed it, all it's trying to do is to have favorable risk to reward, and it's trying to catch these long trends in the market. Now, this is a lot of the times very difficult psychologically to trade because generally you're only going to win like 30 or 40% of your trades. However, when you do win winning trades, the wins are going to be much bigger than the losses. So while a trend following system is great, it is difficult psychologically because you could go on these long streaks of losers. And I know I was trading a trend following robot, which it would sometimes take literally months and months, sometimes 4, 5, 6 months in order to actually break the high water mark and actually get back into profit again. So they can be great trading strategies. However, you have to be prepared psychologically, and there could be times where you don't make any money. Now, also, as we know, these trend following strategies, the market really only tends to trend about 30% of the time. 70% of the time, the market is in a ranging sort of situation. And that's our second type of Forex robot, is a ranging type of Forex robot. Now, the difference with a ranging type of robot, generally a lot of the times, this is going to be your dollar cost averaging, your martingale, your hedging robots, where they perform best in a ranging environment. So for example, the way that this would work, right? As you know how dollar cost averaging works, maybe you put in a buy order right here, and if price goes against you, you'll buy again. Price continues to go against you, you'll buy again. And then you're hoping that the market reverses back into this range in order to hit your take profit and you make money on all the trades. Now, the downfall with these sort of systems is that they have a high risk of ruin, meaning that it has a high blow up potential. However, the benefit of this type of system is the fact that you can actually make money fairly consistently and actually for generally some of the times a long time before actually blowing your account. And I'm actually going to explain how you can totally get away from this risk of blowing your account using this sort of system. The one thing that really needs to happen, and you need to make sure that if you are trading one of these range bound systems like a dollar cost averaging or martingale hedging system, something like this, you really need to make sure that you have some sort of uncle point, right? You remember when you're playing as kids, and at least I do with my brothers, I was playing with my brothers and we'd be choking each other out and we need to say uncle, like to say, hey, look, I'm tapping out, right? Like you're going to kill me. And so you need something with your robot, meaning that, if you are dollar cost averaging and the price tends to go against you, well, the reality is that this could eventually blow up your account if the market continues to go against you. So you need some sort of strict uncle point, whether that's at 5%, you say, hey, I'm closing all trades, or 10%, I'm closing all trades. You need some sort of benchmark that will completely get you out of the market. Okay, so now that we know these two different types of bots, right? There's the trending and the ranging type of bots. Now let's talk about the 7 crucial mistakes that people make when selecting a Forex robot. And trust me, I've literally tried dozens and dozens and dozens of robots over the years, and this will save you a lot of time and a lot of money. So the first thing to really be aware of is curve fitting. I'll never forget it. We paid this developer, I think it was like $10,000. He had like this really, really awesome bot that looked incredible. The back test was insane. It was going to make us, like seriously, like 10,000% or something wild like that. The equity curve was perfect. It was tight. It was very low drawdown. It was making, 20% every single month or something like that. And it was all because I didn't understand this concept of curve fitting. But basically what started to happen is we got so excited to trade this in the live market. But as soon as we started trading the system in the live market, it went to shit. I mean, it completely stopped performing. It went into a huge amount of drawdown, which we had never seen in the back test. And it's because we didn't understand this concept of curve fitting. And so what curve fitting is basically you tune your algorithm to fit the previous data so tightly that it looks really amazing in a back test. However, when you take it out of a back test, it's so tightly curve fitted, or the parameters are so tightly tuned to the market in the previous period that you're testing it, that when you break it out of the box and it starts trading forward in a live market environment, it doesn't trade as well at all. So be really, really aware if somebody shows you just incredibly tight backtesting results. That's backtesting, there's a time and a place for it, and it is important because it does, give you some sort of idea and some sort of robustness. But if somebody's using all of these different indicators and tuning it so tightly, you have to be aware of curve fitting, because once you actually trade it in the live market, it's not going to perform as well. That's number one. The second thing is to be aware of MyFX books, okay? Because you can come on to MyFX book and you can see, wow, there's a lot of really, really amazing systems that are out there. And what I've seen, from being around this space for a while, is what somebody can do is they can put up like 10 different MyFX books, right? With 10 different strategies. And whatever one performs the best, obviously they're going to showcase that result, right? And so you just have to be really careful, because you can cherry pick the result. And also, some of the times you can actually sort of cook the results on MyFX book, especially if you own the brokerage, or especially if you have ties in with the brokerage, you can start to manipulate the MyFX book. Now, with that being said, MyFX book is a great tool, but you just have to be aware of this, because I've seen a lot of systems that performed really, really great on MyFX book for a long time, and then they ended up blowing the entire account. So just be careful with MyFX books that you're not just strictly trusting a MyFX book, but you actually are talking to some other people that are trading that system. Number 3 is be really aware of PAM, account services that don't show an equity or balance curve. So if you're not familiar with what a PAM is, it's basically like a fund. You deposit your money and they're essentially trading it. A lot of the times they'll use some sort of algorithm or robot to trade the funds. But be really careful, because a lot of the times they won't allow you to see actually, the trades that you're getting into. They won't, show the balance curve or the equity curve. It's important that you're able to see both, because you may be thinking, hey, I'm doing great, I'm making profits every day. But meanwhile, the account could be carrying serious drawdown. And I know from previous experience, I got into some PAMs that, wow, this thing was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I was making money. It's great. And then boom, you get a notice, oh, actually the account's in 82% drawdown. Okay. So just be really, really careful if you're not able to see the equity curve and the balance curve, especially when trading a PAM. And I know some people say, that they're protective, because they don't want people seeing the strategy or whatever. Well, I would be concerned, because if they don't want to show you, what the balance curve and equity curve looks like, then How do you know that the account's just not getting into massive drawdown? And that's the reason that they're not actually showing this to you. So that's number 3. Number 4 is to not only analyze what the equity and balance curve look like, but also to try to see if there's other testimonials of real people that are using this product. If you go to like mql5.com, you can see there's, literally thousands and thousands of these robots, but it's really important to see, is there actual people that are using this system that are having results with it? Whenever I'm looking to make any sort of big purchase, I'm always looking to look for a couple other people to see if I can talk to them to see if this is legit versus just buying it from the guy that's selling it to me. Number 5 is you get what you pay for with a lot of things in life, right? And I would say it's the same if you're looking at Forex robots. Again, you could go to MQL5. You could see there's thousands and thousands of them. A lot of them showcase a really, pretty back test result and all this sort of stuff. And they're selling it for $100. So I don't know. I would just be very careful. If you haven't learned that lesson in life, generally you get what you pay for. And if people are selling for only $100, then they likely don't have the money to be investing into continuing to improve their product, which is important. And I'll talk about that later. But with this space specifically, you do definitely get what you pay for. Number 6 is, does this system that you're going to be trading, whether it's a robot that you're licensing or whatnot, or something that you're purchasing, is there live support that you can get help from? Because my guess is you're going to want to know, how do you run this robot to the best of its ability? And if there's not people there that are actually able to help you out throughout the process, because you're going to have questions, you're going to need to know how to set it up. You're going to know, hey, what's the best way to use this? What are the best strategies that are working right now with this robot? If there's nobody there to help you during this process, then you're kind of going to be shooting yourself in the foot. And the last thing, number 7, is to realize that no Forex robot is going to last forever, or no one strategy is going to work forever. Why? Because the market conditions continue to change. And it's my belief now, after doing this for, 6 years or so, trading with Forex robots, that you need to make sure that you have a development team that is continuing to test, optimize, and develop the robot as market conditions change. Because the way that Euro US dollar trades this year is probably going to be very different than the way that Euro US dollar traded 3 years ago, or even just last year. So if you're not continually staying up to date with how the market is moving, then this strategy is likely going to become outdated and no longer work. And now, I'm not saying that you have to necessarily buy our robot, but the way that we've done this for our robot is that we simply have a full-time team of different optimizers that are continually trying to outperform each other, that are trying to beat each other as market conditions continually change. So that way, as market conditions change, we're right on top of the changes that happen in the market conditions. And lastly, if you can get some sort of guarantee on the product that you're purchasing, then that's even better. If you would like to try our robot, we do have that sort of guarantee. We built our robot specifically for passing prop firm challenges and helping people get access to $100,000 worth of trading capital or more. And we've now helped literally hundreds and hundreds of people do this with our Forex robot. If you'd like to try it and only pay for it if you do in fact get results and actually get funded, then go on over to propfarming.com. And also, if you'd like to see how this robot works more in depth, and I'll show you why I believe this is the best Forex robot on the market, specifically for passing prop firm challenges, then go ahead and check out the video that's on the screen right now.